What is up, guys? It is the Citrus Panda here today, and today I'm coming at you with a review for episode 2 of Bungou Stray Dogs. Well, let's do this. This episode was actually pretty interesting. I thought it was pretty cool. I do want to say at the very beginning that I was talking about the comedy aspect of this show, and I've essentially made up my mind so far that I think this is going to be the tone throughout the entire series. And I don't actually find a problem with that, to be honest. I think it was kind of off-putting at first, but I'm definitely down with the style that they're going for. I mean, it might not be my first choice of what they've done, but I think it is very interesting, and I can draw a lot of parallels to Bacano, if you've ever seen that show. So in Bacano, I've actually seen like 5 or 6 episodes, but there is the couple, like the man and the woman that are thieves, and I don't know their names off the top of my head, but they're kind of like they're a very eccentric couple that are thieves, and they like to hoodwink people and stuff like that. So essentially that's what the show is, except that everybody in the show is like them. So everybody's eccentric in their own way, and they're kind of just like all weird, except the orange guy, the orange hair guy in this episode, which I don't know his name. I pretty much know everybody else's name in the show currently, but we're gonna call him Orange Hair Guy because I like that name. He seemed pretty level-headed for the short amount of time we saw him, but anywho, let's get into the episode. Again, there's a lot of comedy in this episode in particular, but right off the bat, we get Atsushi getting a call from Dazai, and at this point, I think we should just realize that Dazai is like one of those guys that you probably shouldn't believe everything that he says, or really anything. He might be one of those people that like tell you a story, and you have to like divide that story by 10, if you know what I mean. Like, if someone comes up to you and is like, yeah, dude, I was driving down the highway going 150 mile an hour, dude. Like, probably not. Probably maybe going like 70 or 80, like probably, but yeah, that's the kind of guy Dazai is, if that makes any sense. He was trying to commit suicide this time inside of an oil barrel, but that did not work at all. He was just ended up being stuck, and it turned out to be a torture method rather than a suicide method. So, I mean, I feel like that's just going to be a repeating theme at this point, and I think it's pretty humorous. But I don't know. I mean, it would be interesting to see if that continues throughout the series, because I think it will be pretty funny if it's like an every episode sort of thing. So then, Atsushi is kind of on the fence. He doesn't really want to work for this agency. He's like, I can't really do this. And the same mindset I was thinking, like, I mean, he's got this tiger thing, but, like, what use is that at all, really? It's not that useful. I think maybe throughout the series, maybe he'll evolve a little bit and be able to control his powers more. He was referred to at the end of this episode by some dark figures in an alleyway or in a tunnel-like setting, as the tiger, not Tigle. I don't know what that animal is. It's not even an animal. Like a werewolf, but a tiger. So that's interesting. Maybe there's something there, and maybe there's like he's the chosen tiger from the prophecy or something. I don't know what I'm saying. Overall, though, this episode was interesting because it actually introduced us to the style of the agency. So they go into this bomb threat, and it's kind of interesting right off the bat because this show does not take itself too seriously, and I think that's kind of a good thing. I don't really know what to get. It's just really interesting. Like, they never take anything seriously, and it's kind of comedic to see how much they don't care about things. In a real... this is all simulation. Like, you find out at the end of the episode that this was all just them testing Atsushi. But that goes... my question is, in a real situation... would all this stuff occur, or would it be more formal, or like how would it go on? So like first off, Kunikita and Dazai, they do rock paper scissors to see who has to go and fight the orange hair dude. Kunikita walks out and he's like, "Yo, dude, what's up, dude?" And he's like, "You gotta stop." And then the guy knew all of his powers, so he's just like go all fours on that desk, and he just had to like sit there. So then Dazai's like, oh, well, Atsushi, you gotta do this, man. He doesn't know your abilities, which is something interesting because if he's part of the agency, and then now obviously that guy wouldn't have known his abilities, but, like, at the end of the day, it didn't matter. Atsushi just, like, came out and pretended to be, like, some newspaper boy salesman that's, like, way over the top and talking about tea on rice and stuff, and goes completely crazy on the orange-haired kid, and overall it was pretty entertaining. I think that then Kunikita goes on to, once they actually capture the guy, because Kunikita uses his ability with the pistol, the wire gun he has, which is pretty sweet. I'm putting that as the thumbnail because it was awesome. It was a cool ability. I liked it. He shoots the thing out of his hand, and then he goes over to start beating up on Dazai, which is another thing that I don't think, like, this show is pretty, like, comedic and doesn't take itself too seriously, but I do feel like there are going to be episodes in this show that have to be taken seriously to some extent. I doubt a lot of the mistakes that happened here are going to happen then. For instance, Kunikita goes over to Dazai, starts, like, beating the crap out of him, and meanwhile, the orange hair guy comes up behind him, steals the bomb back, or steals the bomb detonator back, and, like, kicks Kunikita out of the way. What I'm saying is that in the real situation with the real criminal, that would have happened. Maybe it would have. Then our boy Atsushi just takes the bomb and goes into the field position like he's gonna save everybody. What a trooper, gotta say. And overall, I mean, he got the job. That's what mattered. Imagine this whole episode as a long interview process, and he passed. He passed the interview. He got the callback, and now he's hired. Overall, I think it was good. I'm looking forward to more. I really am. I think that this show is something to look forward to. Like, it's not something that I'm gonna be like, oh, too deep for me. But that's not really what you need from anime all the time, or TV shows in general. Like, I'm watching House of Cards right now, like the actual show, it's not an anime, it's like a real life TV show, and that's a pretty serious show. So having something like this on the side, one episode a week, just some chilling back, and maybe it'll be serious at some point. But I like the way it is right now. It's not taking itself too seriously, and overall it's great. So I think it's pretty good. Good episode, and until next time, adios. See you guys next time. Bada bum ba ba dum ba da bow. That's not it.